So, I got a ticket from a golf cart cop yesterday.
Now, all right, let's get this straight right from the top.
Jimmy knows where I'm now living.
Is it a golf cart cop or a golf cart traffic person? Was it an actual officer of the law?
Oh, she is a plebe that works for the Environmental Control Board.
What?
So she's
Let
not
me
a
just
real
put
cop?
it this way. After this all went down, I called some of my NYPD friends.
Yeah.
They just openly laughed at me on the phone.
And
Openly
well, they
laughed.
should.
And I didn't even call them asking for, like, is there something I could do about this? I didn't. I really didn't.
What color was her uniform? Green?
It was
Like a park, yeah, with a leaf badge.
it was canary, like yellow, beige, a little bit of green.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, I almost got arrested yesterday. You don't even
How
understand.
did you get a ticket?
I almost got arrested, and I called the NYPD boys just to vent, and I thought I would get a little love in return. Instead, I just got nothing but laughter on the phone. Nothing but laughter. And they basically said, you can rip this thing up. This is tickets they give out to, like, vendors. They just want to,
Get rid of
hassle,
some, yeah.
or some old lady that might leave a little poop on the sidewalk.
And what
Actually,
was yours
some of the
given for?
NYPD that I called a few of them, they don't even know what this organization is, the Environmental Control Board.
The woman was not a cop who gave it. Did she have a gun?
No, she had a walkie-talkie, and she used it to call backup,
Backup. Oh,
which
no.
was more golf cart cops.
Oh, Opie was making a scene.
You can't even call them golf cart cops. That's an insult to the NYPD. It's even an insult to the stupid meter maids out there. This is below the meter maid crap.
Below the meter maids.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, a lot of stress lately, moving into a new place and, reworking the radio show, just a lot going on. So, late in the day yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for a bike ride and relieve a little stress.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on a bike ride. I run into Stephen Lynch. It's a huge city of how many million? And I run into Stephen Lynch. We talk for like 15 or 20 minutes.
Would you ride over him when he was passed out somewhere? Speed bump?
Next time you see Stephen Lynch, go, nice basket on your bike, dick.
Does he have a basket on his bike?
A huge basket on the back of his
Can
bike.
he hold his booze?
No, he's got like 24 Meisterbrows in it.
Yeah. A huge basket on his bike, and he sees me, and he goes, hey, I'm listening to the show. Because of the XM, the replays, right? I'm like, stop listening to the show, you freak. You stalker.
How about you come on it?
Yeah, that's what I said, exactly. Well, he'll be at the Mohegan Sun show on Saturday that we're doing.
Yeah.
So one of the many comedians doing the comedy tour at Mohegan Sun on Saturday. So I laugh at his big, huge basket, and he goes, I got a big basket to bring my beer home.
Yep.
Tries to make it cool, but it's still like kind of a dorky big basket.
Flowers on it.
It's tough to get a real workout in when you got a huge basket on the back of your bike. So at the end of my run, I decide there's this pier. There's this pier. I'm like, you know what? I want to go to the end of the pier and check out the river there. So I go out to the end of the pier on my bike. I ride it maybe a mile an hour. There's not a soul on this pier. It's late in the day.
Uh-oh.
I go out. I check the view. I'm like, this is kind of a cool spot. So then I decide to turn around. And,
was there a sign?
Well, I'll get to that.
All right. I'm just trying
honestly,
to
I did not see any sign.
Oh, no. Ignorance.
But Power Trip Twat had to point out where the sign was.
Is that her name?
Yes, absolutely.
It's on the ticket.
So then I'm going about a mile.
Oh, my favorite clip.
I'm going
sorry.
about a mile an hour off the pier, and I get off the pier, and I start on my way. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, hey! Like some lady losing her mind. I'm like, what is that? And it's the golf cart lady. in this, like, canary, yellow, green, beige looking outfit.
You stopped more out of curiosity than anything else.
Thank you, Anthony.
Because you should have just kept riding.
Well, because I'm like, what could possibly be the problem?
Yeah, what is this?
Of course I stopped out of curiosity.
Would you lose your ball? You needed, a Titleist? What are you shooting?
Tell you the truth, I thought she was yelling at somebody else. I'm like, what? There's no way she's yelling at me. And I look, and she's yelling at me, and she's coming at me with her golf cart and stops and jumps out. And she's like, why are you riding on the pier? She's yelling at me. I'm like, because I didn't know you couldn't.
Because it's there, and I figured I'd ride to the end and come back.
She goes, didn't you see the sign? She points to a sign, like, over in another area. I'm like, no. What does the sign say? I did not see it. You have to walk your bike on the pier. So it's not even like you're not allowed to have bikes on the pier. You're allowed to have a bike on the pier as long as you walk it.
Walk your bike.
I was riding mine maybe a mile an hour.
You rebel. You criminal.
So I'm like, all right, well, I didn't know. Thanks for letting me know. And I get on my bike to go. She goes, ID. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're joking, right? She goes, no, ID. I go, I don't carry an ID on me. I'm riding my bike. She goes, I'll take a verbal. What's your name?
A verbal.
I'm like, I'm not giving you my name. All of a sudden, she calls backup on her walkie-talkie, and more golf cart twats come flying into the area.
How is her backup call? What did she say?
Something.
Did she say we got a 136 or something? Was there a code word?
All I heard was pier, hurry up, get here, a-hole in front of me, type of thing. I don't know. I don't remember the code thing. So then there's a backup lady that's looking all tough. I'm like, this is a joke, right? I thought this was like can of camera or something.
Racial background of both women?
Why don't you figure it out? Why don't you figure it out?
Let me think. Okay. It's figured.
All right, very good.
Wow, it took you a long time.
So
you were giving time for each one.
So I go, why do you need my name? Why do you need this verbal name thing? And she goes, because I'm giving you a ticket. I'm like, wait. Can't you let me go? I didn't know, obviously. Why would I do this if I knew? I just moved into the area, which is the God's honest truth. Can you let me go? And this is when it just beyond pissed me off. She goes, if I let you go, then what is the purpose of my job?
Exactly.
I'm like, you're kidding, right? So now we're going at it big time. I'm like, I ain't giving you my name.
I'll give you a verbal. Jim Norton. That's what I would have done. Oh, would I have done that?
And you know what? I was this close to giving your name knowing that you would never be on a bike.
No, why would I be?
Yeah, so I'm like,
I paid that ticket.
Right.
Nor would I be on the pier. I know better.
So Al,
I walk my bike on the pier.
So Al better be ready down the hall. I'm like, you're really writing me a ticket for going a mile an hour on a pier?
I'll be ready.
You're giving me a ticket? She goes, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Can't you let me go? No! I mean, she's losing her mind. Like, acting all tough. She wants to be a cop, but obviously she'll never be a cop.
Of course not.
So she's on this big, huge power trip. So she's writing out the ticket. I give her my real name because I don't know if somehow this is connected to the real boys, the NYPD, and I could get into some real trouble.
And they rely on that, by the way, like that fear that they rely on the fact that you're not too sure how connected they are.
I wimped out and gave my real name because I don't know if there's some strange connection with the guys that do the real work out there.
Legally, you actually can punch her off her golf cart.
You know, dude, it got close to some serious crap. I'm telling you right now because her attitude was ridiculous. I mean, it was, what's wrong? What happened?
I don't know. It's Sal.
Oh, what's up?
We're on the air, Sal.
In the middle of a pretty good story. But...
yeah. No, unless it's like life-threatening. All right, as long as the family's okay, then I have to do a radio show. All right, Sal, I'll call you on a break. Okay. All right, bye.
Doesn't know you do a radio show yet?
You know how, like, parents are. They don't get this. They think we're, like, in a clubhouse in a tree somewhere. Like, putting on a show for our friends.
But when you see a family number pop up during the show, you're like...
Yeah, I had to answer.
Oh, I understand.
You know, especially this early, I'm thinking, all right, I got to leave. Someone's dead. But no.
I thought it was a phone call from someone saying, shut up, Opie. No one cares.
No,
it's actually
continue.
Very,
I love
relatable.
these stories because there are so many of these organizations out there that throw around this fake authority.
Well, one of my NYPD friends said that this is a scam. It's a way that the city can bring in a little money for ridiculous things. Because it's like, she was treating me like I exposed myself to kids or was selling drugs openly on the streets, something.
You know
I'm like, I was going...
Are?
What?
How do you know what those treatments are?
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there like, is she's yelling at me and giving me the business because I was going 1 mile an hour on a pier that no one was on, and obviously it's not even well marked. It's a sign a temporary like fence on the other side because there's many ways to hit this pier, right? So finally she's writing the ticket, and I'm like, just give me the ticket. She goes, don't you want to know how to take care of it? I'm like, no, give me the ticket.
Take care of it.
I'm like, give me the ticket. So she gives me the ticket. She goes, have a nice day. And Al, I hope you're ready, because I looked her right in the eye, made sure we had eye contact, and I go,
can you do a letter?
Blow me.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And then she got on her walkie-talkie again. I don't know who the hell she was calling.
Do they have somebody that
but that's what
responds when you tell one of these women to give you little sexual favors?
Look, man, you say that to the NYPD, you know, you're going down.
Oh, yeah.
That's obvious. But I'm like, you know what? No way. No way. Yeah. But I looked her right in the eye and I said that. Blank me. I'm like, blank me.
Yeah.
And I took off, and then I got back to my my apartment, and I called all the NYPD guys just to rant, and they were like laughing openly at me.
That is a joke.
You got a ticket from a golf cart twat. They were calling her that. That's how I came up with that little saying today. So it's the Environmental Control Board. $50 ticket for I observed respondent riding bicycle on pier.
Oh, God.
And signs are clearly posted that you're not allowed to do this. You have to walk your bike. That's in the details of violation. What a loser.
I want to know what happens if you, like, with traffic cops, I know they do have a certain amount of authority. They're not cops. Those traffic, whatever they are. But they are standing in the middle of the street controlling traffic. I mean, they're doing something that the NYPD, they're probably giving them real cops a break so they don't have to stand there and control traffic. What would have happened if you just refused to give this woman any information until a real cop showed up?
No, I would have just taken off at that point.
But, I mean, what would happen if you said, I'm not giving you any information, drop dead, call whoever you want, and then if a real cop came, you give him whatever he wants?
Well, here's the other problem. I know I'm going to be doing a lot of biking in that area, so I know, like, if I just took off, which I could easily out-bike a stupid golf cart.
APB out on you?
Well, I'd be in that area enough where they would eventually get me for whatever.
Just wave to her every time. Hey.
But as she's writing the ticket, I'm saying stuff like, wow, you must have a miserable life. Because as soon as they start writing the ticket, you know, in the middle of writing the ticket, they're not going to go, you know what? Yeah. I changed my mind. I will give you a warning. As soon as they start writing, that means start insulting the hell out of them, especially if they're one of these things that don't do anything important for the city.
You should have videotaped her.
It's not even about the money. It's only $50.
She goes, "Oh, that's ridiculous."
Yeah. But I just started, you must have a miserable life. Boy, you're really tough.
How's that career going? Thought you'd be one of Charlie's Angels, didn't you?
Saying all sorts of stuff like that.
And here you are writing me a ticket for a ride my bicycle.
I did say, what's the matter? Not good enough to make the actual police force? That's when she looked at me like she thought she had me. Hands over the ticket. Have a nice day. I go, blank me. Blank me.
They hear that from people. I had a traffic guy because these people never give you a break because they want the power of cops. But cops will a lot of times give you a break if you're driving. Hey man, I got to get through this barrier. Like if they're blocking off the parade.
All right, go ahead.
I'm doing a show down here. The ones that won't are those scum that are not real cops.
Yep.
They just love the power. They have no power in their real lives, and that's where they feel good.
That's why I turn. I don't make eye contact with them. A lot of times when traffic is a little heavy on 57th and I have to turn onto 57th, they will make people go up one of the other avenues. And it takes me so far out of the way. So I just start making the turn, and they'll go like, hey, and I won't make eye contact. I'll just continue making my turn, and
you're gone.
Go right past them.
They jump in front of you sometimes. I've seen them do that to people.
Right. Go ahead. Jump in front of me.
Well, now, because,
put it in reverse, go around them.
I'm new to the area. Now I know the deal. If these stupid golf cart twats yell out to me, I'm just going to keep going really fast and just out-bike them and go, I didn't hear no stupid golf cart horn. I got pulled over by a golf cart, and she had to call golf cart backup.
That seems like it would ruin the environment more than a bicycle. The golf carts.
Right.
Are they propane golf carts? Are they battery powered? Either way, they're using power. You're just trying to help the environment, riding your little bicycle.
Just a complete power tripped twat. Has a little power, and she's going to control the pier. Well, what's
so
wrong?
many ways that they just grab money from people in this city.
Oh, that's getting dumped every time?
Yep.
Every time?
What is?
Yeah.
The T word.
Oh, yeah, that one's been on the list for a while.
All right, well, whatever. I'll get something down the hall. So there you go. There's my little afternoon yesterday when I was just trying to let off a little steam.
Which?
It got a little ugly. A little ugly.
Good.
A little ugly. I wasn't going to let her get the upper hand in the end.
Don't give them any respect.
I want to know from a cop, though, what would have happened if you just refused to give her any information? Like you not do anything threatening towards her, but just refused to acknowledge that she was talking to you.
Yeah.
Would she have to just call like a real cop? Which probably would annoy him.
Oh, the cop. He would take his time. He wouldn't deal with
By
that.
the way,
He's fighting real stuff in this city.
I do have a problem with your story.
Why?
Were you carrying ID, or were you just telling her you didn't have ID?
No, I didn't have ID.
All right. What are you doing?
What?
I'm serious.
What?
You carry ID with you all the time.
Not when I'm biking in my...
Yes, when you're biking.
I don't carry ID.
Why wouldn't you carry your ID? Here's a scenario. Something happens.
Yeah.
You're laying there. They don't know who the F you are. And now you get taken to a hospital. No one knows who to call for a medical proxy. No one knows anything. No one knows if you're insured or anything. They throw you in some hellhole, and you wind up croaking. You got to have your ID with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When you are out, you constantly have your ID with you.
Thanks, Buzzkill.
I'm just saying that's very important that you carry your ID.
I was just going for a leisurely bike ride.
Doesn't matter. Kenny, tell him.
I don't need ID,
Tell
right,
him
Kenny?
he should. Kenny's be honest. Kenny will tell you now, as an officer of the law, what the repercussions of not having an ID.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Anthony, I'm not an officer of the law.
But former.
Anthony,
be honest.
You were always right, and Opie is always right.
Shouldn't people carry ID? Let's say it's not Opie.
Look, man.
Shouldn't people carry their ID with them at all times?
Look, people should make a good account for themselves.
Look, if your scenario comes to, tuition.
Tuition. If you have to pay for school during that.
It doesn't matter.
Pronunciation Friday.
Yeah, Friday, I know. It doesn't matter at that point.
No, because you might live, but you might be a vegetable.
Right, great.
You might maybe have spinal injuries.
Let's say hi to Jay in Connecticut. Jay, what's up?
Always.
Jay.
Yes.
What's up?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
You're going to be on a federal watch list now. You're not going to be able to fly anywhere.
Is that where they put you?
Really?
The golf cart.
I think you should pay your fine in pennies.
That old gag.
All right. Thank you, sir. Why don't we take a break? Well, that got the phones lit.
I would love to hear from a cop, though, if any could call in.
Dan, the cops don't have to show ID. Phil in Boston got the same kind of ticket. Should pay homeless guys to ride bikes on pier. Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Ooh.
Mall security has more authority.
Mall security.
Met a stripper, gave her my car. She crashed it. Got a Hummer yesterday for Hummer Tuesday.
Wow.
Ask girls in Pittsburgh to wow us. We got lots of phone calls to get to next. Our phone number, 877-212-57.